dad has always been a tinkerer. He likes working with his hands and figuring out how to fix things. For example, growing up, I don't remember my dad ever taking any of our cars to get an oil change. That was just one of those things he seemed to enjoy doing on his own. And over the course of a few oil changes, he would slowly fill up this large metal container with the used oil. And this stuff was dirty. I mean, filthy, basically sludge. And eventually he would take it to get recycled, but in the meantime, it sat alongside the wall of our garage underneath the eave. And my brother and I were given strict instructions to keep our distance. And we did. Except for the one time when I didn't. On that particular occasion, I was innocently strolling by when I stopped. And I took a couple steps back. And when I looked around, no one was in sight. And I remember I could hear the sound of my own heart beating as I looked down and saw myself reflected in that inky sludge. And I knew exactly what I should not do. And I did it anyway. I plunged both hands in until I was up to my elbows. And it was thick and slimy and dirty. Basically, it was awesome. And then, it wasn't awesome. I suddenly realized how much trouble I was in. The oil clung to me even as it was dripping off of my fingertips. So I tried to fling it off and made a bigger mess. At which point I tried to skim it off and wipe it off, but nothing was working. So I ran into the garage and I grabbed a rag that was way too small for the task. And at this point, total panic. So I snuck back into the house, into the bathroom, where I scrubbed and I scrubbed and I scrubbed with a bar of soap and water. But the only thing that I managed to do was smear the oil all over myself, and all over the white porcelain sink, and all over the bathroom tile. In trying to clean up my mess, I'd made it so much worse. So I did the only thing I could do. Dad? I could hear his footsteps coming from the living room. And then in the hallway. And as he opened the bathroom door, I burst into tears. Without a word, he took one of my oil-smeared hands and he guided me to the kitchen. And from underneath the sink, he pulled out this bottle of an orange-scented, sandy kind of soap that he squeezed into my hands. And then he stood there with me and helped me wash away the mess that I'd made. I watched as it disappeared down the drain. Sin makes an ungodly mess. It makes a mess of us. It makes a mess of the things and the people that we use to try to clean it up and cover it up. And it simply cannot be gotten rid of unless you're given stronger stuff. And the good news is that when we call out to Jesus for help, He has stronger stuff.